Hey everybody, it's Nathaniel Avila re- reporting from Greater Orlando and Ruby. And
And
we are
Ruby Alice.
yep, and then we are joined here with Jessica Vega from San Antonio.
Wow. Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
And then we got our new host that's sitting right behind me. Ta-da! This is our new host, Serenity.
Serenity, she was in our last episode.
Yeah, she was in our
But
last episode, and the chemistry was just there that we just said, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and run with this.
yes, how does it feel to be a permanent member?
Yeah. What'd you say?
How does it feel to be a permanent member?
Oh, it feels great. She
Okay,
feels like she's a part of something, and then now she has something else she can do during quarantine.
how is quarantine for you?
Boring, very boring.
Boring? Don't you have
I
you have a whole bunch of a whole entire library of media in your fingertips that you can watch
have been
with.
watching a lot of movies.
See,
Yeah,
yeah, that's there it is. There it is. You can watch TV shows, movies, read a book with it.
that's basically what we've been doing is just binge watching a lot of shows, watching movies,
Did you
staying in
rewatch?
pajamas all
Did
day
you
long.
did you rewatch Stranger Things?
Duh!
How
Already,
many
that was one of the first things that we rewatched.
how many times did you rewatch it?
Like since quarantine, I think we're probably done like what, three? Yeah. Only three times. I
Three
think.
times?
Yeah,
For
we
all three
really
seasons?
no, yeah, like we really hit it hard when it first started, when the shelter in place orders first started, and then we kind of like started trying to get through our list of movies and shows that we haven't ever been able to get to. So we're watching Money Heist right now, which is really good, really intense.
That's the
Um,
Spanish one.
yeah, I love it. It's really good. It's a lot of drama.
Uh,
So
could you understand it? Because I know it's in European Spanish. Could you be able to understand it?
yeah, I can understand here and there. There's just a couple of words that they use differently.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
I guess it's
Um,
like in the same way American English and British English. We can still
yeah,
understand both.
yeah, that's pretty much a good analogy to use.
Okay.
So also with Serenity, it's the announcement that we had. Other than her being the new host, we also wanted to talk about her segments that she's going to bring to the show. Yeah. So
Okay,
she's
what
going
is
to
it?
bring two segments. One of them is called 15 Fan Facts. And basically, that's going to be just her going down the line, 15 fan dates, like any, regarding any kind of like celebrities in the entertainment world and stuff like
Okay.
that.
And now
And
I
then,
better have fun.
yeah. And then the second segment, she calls it FTJ because this segment is going to be strictly for Timothy Chalamet, Jack Fraser, and Finn Wolfhard fans because that's basically what her revolves around.
Okay, sure, whatever. I was wondering what that was standing for. What does it stand for?
So FTJ, so Finn Wolfhard, Timothy Chalamet, and Jack Fraser.
Okay. What's gonna happen when they're like older? What are we gonna do then?
Well, she's still gonna be stalking them. Yeah, most likely.
Okay, whatever. Let's do it.
So Jess, you want to give us a little bit of background on yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself? I
I
think
think
she muted it.
yeah, she had to go take care of her infant.
Did you hear me, Jess?
You're muted.
You're still
I
on
know.
mute.
I think I'm mute. Are you mute?
Yeah, we're good. We can hear you.
Yes, because my little one.
Aw.
I have to go give her chips.
Is she the one that was talking to me over the phone?
Yes, that was her.
Hey! She was like, quit being nosy. She was telling
She's like, hi, Nosy.
me. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about
It's Nosy.
yourself. I know that you play guitar because your handle on IG was Guitar Artist for Life. So that was like something that I wanted to talk to you about because I wish that I could play guitar awesome, like as awesome as you are.
Yes, I don't know if you have been able to hear any of my old stuff, but I used to be in a band called Jane Doe. It was a metal band, all-girl metal band.
Nice.
Uh, After that kind of fizzled away. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
What
This is
was your experience in the band?
Taking over my segment.
Oh no.
Whatever. That's basically what happened though. I had to stop because I didn't have time for it anymore. When after I got pregnant with her.
so it kept you really busy.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
This is like literally every parent that's working from home now. Like this is what they have to deal with
Tell me
now.
what? Yeah, her dad just got home, so he's like, "Come, let's go over here."
You're like, yes, please.
I'm like, "Please, thank you, bye."
But that's pretty awesome because that's really unheard of to have an all girl metal band. So I think
thought
that's
It was all girls except for the drummer. It was at the very first, it was all girls, and we did have a girl drummer. But after a while, we had to find another drummer, and we couldn't find another girl. So it was a guy. But for the most part, it was female fronted.
okay. And you said that so you found that it took up a lot of your time, you said?
It took a good chunk, practicing minimum twice a week, and then we'd have sometimes 2 gigs a month, and it was a lot. And I had 2 kids at the time, but they were a little bit bigger, so it was a little bit easier to manage. But
Right, right.
having a small one, no. So,
I only ask and I'm only interested because I'm starting my own band. And
oh yeah,
and so now I'm gonna have to worry about stuff like that with my kids. But
it's
thankfully,
hard, yeah. As long
yeah,
as you have a good system,
like support
support system
system.
around you, it should work.
Yeah, that's always needed.
Mhm.
Um, have kids, so yeah, great. Okay,
What's
cool.
your band gonna be called, Ruby?
Yeah, good
Uh,
question.
I don't have one yet. Like we're talking about several. We've thought of several. We were even joking around because our first meeting was held virtually, just like this. And I was like, since we got together, well, right now it's just me who's on vocals and rhythm guitar, and then I have my lead guitarist who's the old mate from school, and then I have the basses that I recently just found on Craigslist. And so we first had our meeting during quarantine, and I was like, we should name our band like COVID-19 or something.
The COVIDs.
So
Do you know like what genre or type of
yeah, it's
music?
gonna be indie rock. It's gonna be along the lines of like, cause I'm really into the sounds, like the psychedelic sounds, and then I love rock, and when you mesh those two together, it's just like the most amazing music experience, in my opinion. But I've always wanted to make music, and that's the type of music I think that fits me very well. And so I'm gonna go for that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I know it's gonna be hard. I know it's gonna take some time, and I just want to actually finally do it because I've been trying to do it for a while now, and I just want to tell myself. And I have so many bands that I look up to for inspiration and stuff like that. So maybe one day you'll feel like you want to get back into it when your kids are a little bit older, and maybe you might go again. Who knows? I'll see you
Yeah,
at a
we'll
gig or
see.
something.
I mean, I'd like to. That's the hope, but
How
I
long
don't
did it
know.
take you to learn guitar? Like, were you learning in school or?
Actually, I started learning. My dad taught me when I was younger. Like I want to say from 10ish. And then it wasn't until I got into middle school or high school that I started to figure out what type of music I really wanted to start learning. And that's when I started getting into electric guitar
Yeah.
stuff.
And was your
So
dad kind of like, I wasn't wanting you to learn this? Did he say anything about that? Like the kind of music you were learning?
he was like, "Oh, you're crazy," because he's still into like the classic rock.
Yeah.
So he just jams on his acoustic guitar, and
It's
he's
just like
fine.
real chill.
Yeah,
And you're
he's.
over here like real big metalhead.
I'm over here like rocking Pantera on my guitar and stuff, and he's just like, okay.
You
Well,
know
that's
what's
cool.
you know
That's
what's good music though? Gangster rap. Now that's the good stuff. Now that's
If anybody has
music.
ever ridden in a car with Nathaniel, we know.
Him and his
It's good.
90s gangster rap. That's the only music that exists to you, right, Nate?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's good.
that's it.
It's
That's
good.
it.
That's why. All right, so Serenity,
Yeah.
you're
Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of that background, Jess.
Sure. Sorry for the interruption.
that's all right.
No, we always want to know a little bit about you, and that's cool. Like, I wish I knew how to play guitar. I'm not good. I need to practice. So yeah, we're gonna go into Serenity's 15
Yeah.
fun facts now, and I'll let her take it away. Where you can go right there. No, Stacey. Present your segment the way you want. Hey guys. Like,
Let's hear it.
this is for my fangirls out there, and I'm not about the fanboys. There's fanboys too. Just fans. So people who are on these fandoms. This is for you. I'm not sure if there's been a podcast yet where they talk specifically about updates on these celebrities. So I'm glad to be doing that. So we'll start with my favorite, Finn Wolfhard, of course. Nate, do not start.
Okay. What
My
what
daughter
about
loves
Wolfhard?
Okay, so for Finn, oh, I forgot to say, I'm gonna give 5 facts about each.
Okay.
So it'll just be 5 about each. So, first one for Finn, a new outtake came out from his 2017 photo shoot for Interview Magazine, and it
Okay.
was so pretty. Like, he was so pretty. He was so little. And how old was he? He was like, I think he was 14 at that time, and it's so crazy to see how much he's grown in just like 2 years. Like, I looked at it and I wanted to cry. And I got that from Kira_Boonts on Instagram. So if you guys want to look at it, you can go check it out there. Um, there's the second fact is, so in Atlanta, there's this boy group of skaters, and they call their group Melody, and it's like, I think it's like 10 boys who skate in that group, and whenever Finn is in Atlanta for Stranger Things, he hangs out with them because he skates too. And not that he's very good at it. Yeah, he's not really good at it, but he skates and he hangs out with them when he's in. So recently just came out with a YouTube video. I think it was like a few days ago, and you guys should. It's on YouTube, so. And then was it on Easter that Finn did the Jewish Passover? No, it was like the night before, right? Yeah. So Saturday night. The day before Easter, there was this Jewish Passover thing. It was called a Seder, right? A cider. Cider, I think it's pronounced. Yeah, cider.
It's pronounced Seder. It's a Seder. That's what it's called.
Okay, there you go. So that they did that, and it was like a bunch of celebrities, I think, that were Jewish. Yeah, I think that they were. Or most Jewish. Of them, for the most part, were Jewish. I think. And they were like all doing their own thing. Like some were singing songs from the Jewish culture, and others were like telling stories. And Finn was on that. So.
Were they practicing social distancing?
Yeah, it was all virtual. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Like this. Yeah, they each had their own little cut. Yeah. Ben was barely even in it though. Yeah, he was only in it for like, I'm gonna say like a minute. Him and Nick Kroll did like a little cute exchange. Yeah, yeah, it was all virtual. You could see Finn's little headphones on.
Okay. All right, what's next?
Also, there was a new picture of Finn with one of his crew members from the short film that he just directed called Night Shifts.
Okay.
And, I got that from the Night Shifts page on Instagram. So you guys should go follow that if you haven't. Oh, and the last fact about Finn this past was it Sunday? Yeah, I think it was Sunday. He
Huh?
went live on Instagram and he was playing some
Oh
unreleased
yes, it was so good.
his unreleased music for his new band that he just started. And he did some covers, and the unreleased songs were so good.
And then he said, "I'm not doing any Calpurnia songs anymore."
Yeah.
Why?
So because in the live stream, there was a lot of fans, and they were talking about Finn's old band, and they were telling him to play songs that he played with his old band, and he's like, "I'm not playing any Calpurnia songs anymore," because people just kept on asking him to play those same ones, and he got frustrated with it. I mean,
Yeah.
I do.
I don't blame him.
And you can watch the full. Anyone can watch the full live stream on this fan page. It's at Update Finny, and it's an IGTV, and it's 22 minutes. So for anyone who wants to hear Finn's beautiful angelic voice for 22 minutes,
Oh, you're gonna make me throw up.
no, Nate. So now we're going to Timothy Chalamet updates. Timmy T, my favorite rapper.
Wasn't he gay in that one movie?
Oh my God, Nate! I'm gonna cancel you.
I'm about to cancel you.
Why?
I have no choice but to unstand.
What? Why?
It's Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah,
Movie, and it's the most beautiful movie.
it was
Yes.
a good movie, but he was playing a homosexual character. You can't deny that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Elio. His name is Elio.
Yes. Did
Okay.
you get emotional trauma from it, Nate? Because I did.
Not really. I mean, it was a good film, but I didn't get traumatized.
Literally, I still cry about that movie.
Okay. So tell us about it. What happened?
Okay, so the new film that's gonna come out called Dune, Timothy Chalamet stars in it. They finally gave us a picture, like a sneak peek of the movie. Everyone was crazy. It's just it's like a picture, and like you see the background, and then you see Timothy Chalamet right there. And it's like I said, it's the first thing they ever released for the movie, so everyone kind of went crazy over that.
Okay.
Also,
He's starring with
oh yeah, in the Dune movie, he's actually gonna be coming out with Zendaya in it. So him and
Okay.
Zendaya are coming out of that,
and she's jealous.
yes, I am jealous. Because Zendaya didn't think about kissing anything else, but I'm ready to see it. I stand the both of them. I love them both. Next, a couple days ago, Timothy finally hit 1 million followers on Twitter. So
Damn.
he's
Yes. I care so much.
And then a couple days ago was National Siblings Day,
Okay.
and one of his co-stars, Kiernan Shipka, which also plays Sabrina on the Netflix series Sabrina the Teenage Witch. She actually posted a picture of the both of them on her Instagram, and she put Happy National Siblings Day because in one of the movies that he's in, she's also in it too. And that movie is called 1 and 2. And me and my mom actually just got done watching that.
And they play siblings.
Yeah, they play siblings, so that's why she posted National Siblings Day because they were fake siblings.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say if I please your phone to show the picture. And then
We can have Nate added in post.
yeah.
What?
A
hang
picture that she wants to show.
Oh yeah, just send it to me.
A few nights ago, Timothy posted a selfie of him on his Insta story. It was so pretty. His hair was so neat.
No, but the reason why it's a big deal is because he hardly ever.
Yeah, and so whenever
Okay.
he posts himself, and it's him taking it of himself. It's just like
It's like he does it on purpose for the
Yeah.
fans. He like
Oh,
has them.
okay.
And you can go check out that selfie on tchalamet.updates on Instagram.
Okay.
And the last thing we're gonna say for Timmy is the most saddest thing ever. So another
Okay.
movie that he was gonna come out in this July called The French Dispatch.
Oh yeah,
Got
that's the Wes Anderson movie.
yes. Oh my god, I'm so excited for it. So is so many other people, but like I'm so excited for it. So it was supposed to originally come out this year, July 27th on my mom's birthday. And due to COVID reasons, it got postponed to October 16th, which I'm very sad about because I was really looking forward to see that. But then again, that is rescheduled to my birthday month. So,
Okay. Are you gonna watch it for that?
huh?
You're gonna watch it for that?
Yep. Yep.
You could watch other Wes Anderson movies.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
They're
But
all
it's-
really good.
But it's just this one has Timmy in it, so you know
Okay.
it's a bigger deal than usual.
Okay. All right. What's next?
Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and go into last but definitely not least ever, Jack. We will go into Jack. Jack Dylan Grayson. Okay, so Jack recently changed his profile photo on Twitter, and it's a baby picture of him that nobody has ever seen before, and he's like so tiny, and all the like everyone in the fandom was like going crazy because no one had ever seen a like legit baby picture of Jack. So
Oh, when he
yeah.
does it, it's okay, but when I do it, it's gross.
And you can go see that picture on Jack's Twitter profile at Jack D. Grazer.
I remember there's actually this photo of me as a baby with Jessica as a teenager holding me. It's one of my favorite photos.
Recreate that
Yeah,
photo.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
yeah.
We would love to see it.
Love to see it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, next. So a new photo came out today. Well, one of the fan pages that me and my mom follow came out with a new photo today, and it was a picture with Jack, and he had a Snapchat filter of like a flower crown on him, and it was with him and this girl that goes to his school. It was just a random girl that goes to his school. And you can get that on a fan page at Iconic Wolfhard with 2 eyes.
Okay.
Third, there was Jack did a new interview for V Magazine, and it came out, or they did a photo shoot because you know how whenever celebrities do interviews, they do photo shoots too.
Okay.
So we got some new pictures from that. You can go look at those on his Instagram profile at Jack D. Grazer. Next, he posted a new video of him skating when he should be in quarantine.
That's not good. Let's cancel him.
He said, let's cancel him. No! We cannot cancel him.
Jack is over party.
It's Jack.
Yeah.
And Serenity is the host. She's the first number one.
And last,
But it's okay for Jack because Jack actually does know how to
skate.
skateboard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was staying 6 feet apart from his friend that he was with. He was only with one other person in that video. So.
Okay, at least he has. That's
They were
responsible.
staying 6 feet apart the entire time. So.
Okay.
Yes. We uncancel. So
Okay.
last, the new HBO show that Jack just got done filming in Italy, their Instagram page just released a new photo of Jack in that show. It was like it was a new behind the scenes photo. And the name of the show is called We Are Who We Are. It's supposed to come out sometime. Well, it was supposed to come out in November, but for some miracle, Kid Cudi made them say that it's gonna come out sooner than it was. So now it's gonna come out in the summer.
Okay. Even with the virus and everything?
I think so, cause
It's just a show on HBO.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a show? Then yeah, it's fine.
show.
They're already done filming.
Yeah, they finished filming it.
Okay.
They finished filming it, I think, like maybe like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
So, and that was Serenity. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys got your daily dose of Finn Jack Timothy.
I had more than enough.
Nate's like, I have enough to last a lifetime.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my bad because I said she was gonna do the 15 fan facts, but she's doing she did FTJ. So
Yeah.
that was
Okay.
her FTJ. On the other segment, she'll be doing 15 fan facts where she gives fan facts of anybody, like all kinds of celebrities,
Okay.
not just her favorites.
Okay. Sounds good. And now we're gonna start the meat of the episode, where we talk about who done it. Ah!
Dun, dun.
I know who did it. It was Serenity. She killed him
Oh my god. It me. Yeah, that's why she left.
because we figured it out. All right. So who? Jessica, do you want to go first?
Sure. So the first film I wanted to talk about.
Sorry,
that?
I didn't know if we like introduced the episode theme. So
Oh, yeah.
done it. No one knows, but yeah, we're actually doing Whodunit movies. That's the theme of this episode. And it's we called it the quarantine episode, but it's probably going to be one of many quarantine episodes. So
Yeah, because we're virtual.
yeah, we're going virtual now. So
Yeah.
go ahead and you can start with your picks of Whodunit movies.
Yeah. Choose one and talk us about it.
Okay. The first movie I picked was Source Code.
Okay. Well, tell us about it. What's it about?
Source Code is about a guy in the military that is on a super secret mission to figure out where this bomb goes off. He needs to figure out who set the bomb. But the thing is, the trickery is that he's this military dude that's been like crazily, like, I want to say he's pretty much injured to the point where if he's not doing this mechanically through the way they have him alive still, then he's just dead, right? So his brain is still active, so they have him mentally going into this train. They send him back in time. It's so weird. It's so cool though, to go try to figure out, he only has a certain amount of time, who set the bomb off, who put this bomb there. And the whole movie, it's like that. You're trying to figure out who did it with him.
Okay.
So
So
is it a movie that's like based in the future? It sounds like.
It doesn't seem to be. It's just the level of military stuff, like the secret stuff that they have, like the secret sauce. You just don't know what they have or what they're capable of because it's so secretive. So, I mean, it's such a good movie. It's so good that it took me a really long time to realize the ending, the way it really ended. And so I had to watch it like several times to be like, are you serious?
so this film was made by Duncan Jones, David Bowie's son. So that's cool.
It was by,
Huh?
who was it by?
Duncan Jones, who is David Bowie's son.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. I didn't even know David Bowie's son went into movies like that.
Yeah, he made that one. He also made Warcraft, which is not that great. But he made this other film called Moon, which is also really good. Okay, so how did it end?
Oh, you want me to tell you? Spoiler
Yeah.
alert!
Spoilers!
Spoiler
Spoilers.
alert! Okay, so when he goes into the train, he comes into, so in the train, everybody's dead because it's already happened. The bomb's already gone off. So he's going into this man's body. I think the character is Sean. So he goes into his body and, he runs into the same lady the entire time. And after time after time, after he figures it out, he figures it out, and he figures out who sets the bomb. So he figures out a way to not let the bomb go off, which is what they didn't think was going to be able to happen. He ends up sending some email to the general that have him in there. And he sends in and tells her like, hey, if you get this, you just created something that's beyond you guys. Like, you don't even realize how crazy cool and important this is. So he gets in there, fixes it, and he ends up getting off of the train with the girl that he met. And when he looks in his reflection, he is the guy, Sean. So in a sense, he basically hijacks this guy's life because the bomb ends up not going off, and he walks off with this girl in this other guy's body. And you don't. It's kind of like a twisted ending, like, oh, that's cool, but then wait, that guy's like never gonna be himself again.
Yeah. So this is something where they can go into other people's bodies and control them?
It's weird. It's kind of weird how it ends like that, because you're like, what? Yeah, because you're left wondering like that. Like, is this... Can you just, like...
Can you do that?
How did this happen?
I don't like movies like that. You know, one of the main movies one of the movies that did that to me was that movie Us. Like, at the end of Us, I was like, what? Like, wait, what? And then the whole rest of the night, you're like,
I knew it was that little girl. I knew it.
So I can't stand movies like that. I need a precise ending, a preciseness of what happened. You know?
I mean, because I thought I knew, and then I really looked at it, and I was like, oh my god, that's not what happened.
It really makes you think.
Yeah, it does. And it leaves you wondering, and I guess it's kind of, some directors like leaving the audience to figure it out on their own.
Right.
And that's kind of what that is.
That's like an open ending. Though,
yeah, sort of.
I personally, I'm not a fan of that.
I hope that it's their intention to leave it like that, and it's not just lazy. Like, it's not them just being lazy writing. You know?
That's what I think too. Yeah, it's like, oh, I can't figure out an ending. Let the audience figure it out.
If I made movies, they'd probably all be like that.
So, Serenity, what did you think of that film? You've been quiet.
I mean, I kind of want to see it. It kind of sounds interesting.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. And they're hijacking.
Yeah, the main actor is Jake Gyllenhaal, ladies. So.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah, it sounds pretty. Is it like one of those like mind-bending movies?
It's like a sci-fi thriller. It's really cool.
Those are my favorite types of movies. Like, I like movies that really make you think. Like, I like Midsummer, Hereditary, Suspiria. So
she just like.
Oh yeah, cool.
Those are not 1820 movies.
Oh yeah, no.
Suspiria is not an 1820 movie.
Sorry.
Yeah. Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Is there Jake Gyllenhaal, or like who's the girl? Like, are there any other like important celebrities in there? Or like, I guess I'm gonna say like A-list.
I don't remember her name offhand. I don't think I have the list of actors.
Oh, I have it right here. It's Michelle Monaghan.
What other movie does she come out on? Because I don't know her name.
Oh, and yeah, the lady that plays the one in what's her name? Vera Farmiga.
Yeah, Vera Farmiga.
Farmiga, sorry. She's the general that's talking to him the entire time. She's the one that's in all the Annabelle and Conjuring movies.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jeffrey Wright is also in it.
The sidekick.
The type.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright is also in it, and Scott Bakula is also in it. What? What was that? All right, so where can we?
Did you want to give any other talking points about the movie, Jess?
I think I'm good with that. Yeah.
All right.
Where could we find it? Where can we watch it?
Probably on Soap Today.
I don't think it's on.
No, shut up with Soap Today.
Yeah, I don't think it's on Netflix or Hulu, but I have not checked to see if it's on Amazon Prime. I have the DVD. I can see it anytime I want.
Okay. Oh, you're old school. You can rent it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, cool. Cool.
You
Okay.
can rent it on Prime. You can rent it on YouTube
Yeah, it looks
and
like you
Voodoo.
can rent it on YouTube, Amazon Prime, Hulu, iTunes. There you
I
go.
have Amazon Prime, so we'll watch it there.
Yeah,
Cool.
you do have to pay like $4 for it, but okay. All right, so it is my turn. Moving on to me.
All right, give it to us,
So-
Nate.
Okay, so we're gonna go into the time machine. Are you ready?
Oh, the time
Yeah.
machine.
Jessica, are you ready to go into the time machine?
Mental drum roll right here.
Okay.
Ready.
All right, and we're gonna go back in time to 1935.
Oh, Lord.
1935, Yugoslavia.
Oh,
And
wow.
so we're gonna be talking about the 1974 Sidney Lumet film Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh.
Not
so
the
you did
new
the
one.
old one. You did the old one, not the new one.
Yeah, the new one stinks. Don't watch it.
What?
Yeah, it was bad.
I didn't watch it.
Not the new Kenneth Branagh version. The Sidney Lumet version is far superior.
Why?
The one, because the one where Albert Finney plays Poirot and not Johnny Depp.
I think that's a personal preference.
Probably, yeah. So, now in this film, it won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, 5 nominations for Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Actor, Best Costume Design, and Best Music. So, in this
so
one,
it's 1974. It was made in 1974, but it's based on the set being in 1935.
yeah, because that's when the novel takes place by Agatha Christie.
Okay.
And Agatha Christie herself said that Albert Finney is the best portrayal of the detective Poirot.
Well, that sounds like preference again.
Well, yeah, when she died a year later, so she didn't get to see the new one.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so this one also takes place on a train. So a lot of trains, and so this train is stopped by a deep snow, and famous Belgian detective Poirot is called to solve a murder that occurred in his car the night before. Ooh. And so it's up to him to determine amongst a bunch of different cast of characters to figure out which one of them killed this guy. And this guy is actually pretty disliked. So it's pretty anybody could have killed him because everybody didn't like him.
Yep.
Yeah.
So everyone's a suspect.
Everyone that's what a whodunit is. Is and it's we got to figure out who it is. Who do you think it is, Ruby?
If it's the same way as as the one that I just saw, wasn't it? Who ended up being the murderer? Fuck, I forgot.
I never seen the new one.
Cause I saw the one that just came out recently with Johnny Depp.
I have not seen that version.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if they
But you
kept
haven't
the
seen
same-
it, but you have
No.
opinions on it.
Yeah, I do.
Nathaniel.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, well, tell me how the new one ends.
I forgot.
Okay.
Who was the one. Who's the one that did it on the old one?
Well, I'll tell you. Well, it's actually this film has a lot of really good actors at the time and definitely still now, like Lauren Bacall, Martin Balsam, Ingrid Bergman, Jacqueline Bisset, Jean-Pierre Cassel, Sean Connery, John Gielgud, Whitney Hiller, Anthony Perkins, Vanessa Redgrave, Rachel Roberts, Richard Widmark, and Michael York. So it was a lot of good people, and it's very star-studded.
Out of all of those, I only recognize Sean Connery.
Only Sean Connery? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta get on my level.
I know. Exactly.
So what happened is that it was pretty cool how they were like in this confined area, and then he had to figure out who was this person who murdered this guy. And I think at the end he figured out who it was, and it was actually all of them. So
What?
Oh yeah, okay.
Everybody?
Yeah,
yeah, all of them killed him.
that's what happened on the new movie too. Then
Okay.
Okay.
they all planned it. Like they all. But you see, to me, that doesn't seem logical.
It
Like,
doesn't.
why would you plan to murder a man and y'all don't even know each other like that? Like, just the pure hate of this one man that y'all all have got y'all to come together and do something like that.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the phrase "the enemy of my enemy is my friend"?
He's my friend. Yeah.
I read that on an Instagram inspirational post.
What?
No. Yeah, I read it. I read it on an Instagram inspirational post that was like, "My best friend. We're best friends because we hate the same things." And I was like, "That's so relatable." Double
Yeah.
tap.
Common ground. People find common ground in the crazy things.
So what they did was they basically lined up and they just had like all had a knife and they just stabbed them.
They went
Like,
all Caesar Brutus style, right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
They were like stab, stab, stab. So my question is to you: if you hate somebody so much, would you band together with a bunch of other people and kill this guy?
No. Mm-mm.
No, you wouldn't do it?
Mm-mm.
What about you, Serenity?
Depending on who it is.
Like, you hate this person.
Depending
This
on who
person
it is.
hates you. You hate this person because he kicked your dog or something.
What about that girl that cheated on Jack?
No, like, yeah, if it has something to do with like Finn Jack and Trinity, I'm like all for it.
She will
Oh,
find
jeez.
who hurts Finn's
Yeah,
feelings.
I won't find anyone who like.
Okay.
Like one time, whenever Finn was at a fan expo, no, it was Jack. Jack was at the fan expo in Brazil, and he was doing a panel, and this girl asked like the stupidest question ever, and she made Jack feel so uncomfortable, and I wanted to throw hands so bad.
What did she ask?
They be asking some
Well, it's because
uncomfortable stuff.
they ask Jack the like most weirdest, awkwardest questions because they know that Jack is like so sweet and like he'll never like turn one of his fans down. Like he'll never hurt them in any way. So he makes himself feel uncomfortable by answering like our questions just to please us.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly what the question was, but it was something that made him feel really uncomfortable. And then the next time that a fan asked a question, they were like, "When was your or what's your most uncomfortable experience?" And he's like, "I have a lot, but this panel has made me feel really uncomfortable." And I felt so bad because I was like, I want to fight everyone.
Was it like how big is your weenie? Was it stuff like that?
Wow.
What?
No, that's
Nice.
like pedophilia.
Nice.
Yep.
No,
But that's the type of questions that make people uncomfortable.
yeah, no, there are some fans that go crazy. Like there was this one panel where I saw Millie at a fan expo, and this one girl asked a question, and "Can I have your water bottle after you're finished?" She literally asked her that, and
Oh
Millie was
my
like,
God.
"What? Why do you want my water bottle?" She's like, "Do you just want some?" And sweet Millie was like, "Would you just like some water?" You know, and I was like, "So nice." And I was like,
I can hear her accent. Would you just like some water?
Like some water. I was in Godzilla, and that's it.
"No, that's not it."
What else does she do? Besides Stranger Things, do not say Stranger Things.
She did.
Godzilla.
No,
Yeah, that's what he said.
she did a music video. She did like how many?
That doesn't count. I'm talking about feature-length films.
Feature-length films. She's done. She was in a movie when she was a little girl. She's been
Okay,
in.
what was it?
She's
What
the little
was it?
girl.
Was she
Yeah,
above the line? Was she above the line?
She's a much younger little girl.
Okay.
She was like, how old was she? She was like 6 or 7, and this is how Stranger Things picked her up because she was
Okay.
on a movie. Yeah,
Was that it?
I don't recall it right now.
See, I rest my case.
It says Modern Family. I've seen it right here. I've seen it, girl.
Oh, she was in Modern
Family.
Family.
But that's a show. She was on a scary movie. She She was on a movie where it was like a thriller, a scary one.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Millie Bobby Brown.
There's,
I love
Millie Bobby Brown.
There's Fears.
All right,
Maybe.
so Murder on the Orient Express. You can check it out on Prime Video for free if you have it.
All right, cool.
All right, so Ruby, your turn.
We got like 10 minutes left, and then we got to do outros.
Okay, your turn.
So I want to talk about one of my favorite whodunit movies, because this category to begin with doesn't really have many that I've seen, and it's not my favorite. Like, my favorite genre is comedy. That's my favorite all time is comedy. We just saw Like a Boss too, the one with Tiffany. That
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
That looks awful.
funny.
It was.
Was
was
it
funny.
was
I
it
went to go see it
quality?
with my friend. Like, let's go, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
It's a cute little like entrepreneur film. Like I love
Okay.
it. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, my pick for the whodunit
Yeah.
is Knives Out. Yes. And I loved Knives Out.
By Ruin Johnson.
Huh?
By Ruin Johnson.
Yeah, no. This
No,
is
I'm
the
kidding.
Knives
I
Out.
love
Oh yeah,
The Last
Ryan.
Jedi.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson.
I said
Okay.
Ruin Johnson.
Ruin. It's not ruin.
What the
That's
heck?
that's why they call him that, because they didn't like his Last Jedi that he
Yeah.
made. But I liked
No,
it. I enjoyed
But
it.
this movie, he did it really well. I think that
Okay.
he did it really well. This is Knives Out. Came out last year. Ryan Johnson was the director.
Yeah.
One of the main things that drew me to this movie, first of all, was all
Was
of
it
the
David Harbour?
actors.
Okay.
Huh?
It was like David Harbour.
No, David Harbour's not in it.
Yeah, it was.
No, he
David Harbour?
I thought
Wait.
so.
Nate, you are
What?
tripping. No, he did not come out on there. It's Daniel Craig, Jaden Martell, Jamie Lee Curtis, Heather Langford, that new chick that Ben Affleck is dating,
Okay.
the Armas. That was like my first time ever seeing her, and she's amazingly, like, she's beautiful.
Oh,
And
I
she's
got
really-
him. I got him confused with Michael Shannon. That's why.
You got who confused with Michael Shannon?
David Harbour. I thought it was him, but it was actually Michael Shannon.
Catherine Langford. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's her. Yeah, and
Kinda
then Chris Evans, Captain America. Like,
With his dyed black
America's
hair.
ass right there. That's America's ass right there,
America's ass. So yeah, that was one of the main things that drew me to this movie, because I'm like, oh my god, all of these
course.
actors in one. Of course I'm gonna see that, right? On top of that, though, with the stellar cast, the story was really good, because it really does give you like a lot of unexpected twists amongst the drama that's held between the family, because this is a movie where the scene is primarily inside of a house. It's a big, giant, mansion. Obviously it's a family of people who are like very well off and rich. The main character, who is the one that gets murdered, is of course the person who's gonna hand out the what do you call it, his estate and everything to all of the kids in the family. So they're all carefully watching out who gets what, and it's a family where they're like always fighting within each other as well over who gets what. And so among all of that drama, once this guy is dead, the old man, everybody starts being questioned, of course, because it's a whodunit, and of course there's everybody that has motive. There's the brother-in-law who was cheating on his wife, and he knew about it. So there's like little, flags of suspicion, of course, that they put in these whodunit movies. And I really liked Daniel Craig's portrayal, because he has this accent that sounds so thick and southern. And so you really never see him like that. Like in all of the James Bond movies, he's like real proper and real English and British and stuff like that. And so in this movie, that accent is just, it feels weird, but at the same time, I think he did well on it. He embodied it, and it's just funny. It's fun to hear him, talk like that in a
Yeah,
different
did
accent.
he do a good Southern accent?
I think that's the thing. Like, I think he made it work, but it sucks because so many people are used to hearing him talk in his British tongue.
Yeah.
So it kind of was just like, what?
Are you gonna watch? Are you gonna watch No Time to Die?
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. I love the James Bond movies, actually. Those are really good action-packed movies.
Do
And
you do you really like the Craig version? The Craig one?
I like the Craig one. And I think that Anna de Armas chick comes out on one of the movies with him, too, a Bond movie. But that was the first time that I had seen her in a movie on this Knives Out movie. And then later on, I see her all up on Ben Affleck, and I was like, what? Like, she done moved up real fast.
Wow.
No, her story is really fascinating because she came from like a country, I think it's Mexico, and she didn't know a lick of English. And she came over here and she started making herself learn, and she got into her first film and just blew up from there. Like, it's really inspirational.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
inspired.
huh?
I'm inspired.
Yeah, I'm inspired. But on top of that, I really love like at the ending that they give kind of like a fuck you to anybody who wants to talk shit about immigrants, because in the end, the immigrant was the one that fucking got.
No, don't tell me. No spoilers. Don't tell me. I haven't seen it yet. I want to
Yeah,
watch
you
it.
get spoilers on here. We're talking about the damn movie. That's what's gonna happen.
Hello, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But that was one of my favorite parts because
Yeah.
everybody was all like talking mad shit throughout this whole movie about this girl, and they're like, the immigrant, like such a stereotypical, way to act towards the immigrant, and at the end, the immigrant's like, "Fuck you." So that was a good one.
So I know my visual storytelling and technologies professor here at grad school said that Knives Out stinks because he figured it out in the first five
Right away.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends, I guess I could say, because we did too, but it's really just like a matter of talking about it, like, because we naturally already do that. Whenever I go in to see a movie, I start trying to figure out the plot right away.
Yeah, me too.
And that's just me. And so whenever they show this girl and how she gets in or whatever, whenever it cuts to her scene at the beginning and you see her for the first time, she's the outsider. She's like the only one that's kind of an outsider and different from all of them. But I love that because not only do you see what's gonna happen, because yes, of course, I'm like, it was her. I bet you it's her, because she's the quiet one and the out of place one. But then I'm like, but don't think like that, because then you'll get a twist and you'll be like, oh, maybe it was him. So I still let my mind, go through it. But at the end, even though I knew that it was her, I still didn't know how.
You didn't
And
know
the
how?
way, yeah, I didn't know how it was her. And so when at the end, when they explain and go into detail on how it was her and how it happened, you feel sorry for her. You feel really bad for her, and you end up knowing that she really didn't do that it wasn't her intention, and it's just
Okay.
like a mistake. Yeah. And the
So
and
you-
the person like really loved her. Like, that's another thing that I loved about this movie is the lesson learned at the end. Like, you do good, you're gonna get good. You do bad, you're gonna get bad.
That's karma. That's what that is about.
Yeah.
That's a Hindu philosophy. So another thing about Ryan Johnson is that his whole thing is that he really loves doing subverting expectations. That's what he loves to do.
Yeah.
And that's why people didn't like him for what he did in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I know.
But it's whatever. So what you're saying is murder is okay if you can justify it.
I never said that, first of all. Don't be putting words in my mouth. No, what I'm saying is there's always more to a story than what you think. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So I will just go on death row and be like, "There's more to the story."
I
You go.
missed it.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was my pick for the Whodunit. The other one that I had that I really wish we had time to talk about was the Hateful Eight, because oh my God, Quentin
Chris
Tarantino did
Tarantino.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can do some honorable mentions real quick.
that. Okay.
Uh, the one that I really wanted to talk about also was a film called A Shot in the Dark by who is it by? Blake Edwards, and it was made in 1964, and it was a sequel to The Pink Panther, and
Ah.
it was supposed to be like a really goofy, silly type, like, whoa, Clouseau, he's so goofy and bumbling, and he's super, like, it's a really funny film, uh,
Is it like a
because,
parody, like they're making fun?
yeah, so like he has to investigate the murder of a guy named Ballon, the murder of Ballon's driver at a at a country estate in France. So, and it's about that, figure out who killed this guy. So, which one of the people who lived in the house killed him? And it's really fun. I would really recommend it. I think you can watch it on Prime. So check it out. It's really funny, and it's really slapsticky, and it's really fun to watch.
Yeah, and I saw that you had picked Scream as well. Of course, those are always good.
Scream was really good. It was supposed to be like a commentary on horror that Wes Craven did
Hmm.
about how like how much horror changed since he first started, uh, and we had to figure out who's Ghostface, which one is Ghostface, and it ended up being the guy who played Shaggy in the Scooby Doo movie, and the other guy. But so watch the
You
first
don't
one.
know his name? You don't know his name? Is he a
I
B-list actor like that?
I don't remember his name. Uh,
Poor guy.
but yeah, I'm sorry. He deserves more respect than that. I wish I knew it.
And
But watch the first one. It has Drew Barrymore in it in the very famous opening sequence where she dies.
and then
Yeah.
Jess
Huh?
had Jess had Gothica.
Yeah, my other pick was Gothica, which stars Halle Berry.
Berry.
Halle Berry. Yes. She she's a psychiatrist, and she's driving home one night. She sees a ghost in the road, and then stops to get off and look at her, and she can't find her. She can't find her, and then all of a sudden she wakes up in her psychiatric hospital, and she's being told that she killed her husband, and she's like, what the fuck?
You do not
So
want to be like that.
no, and so she's just like trying to figure out. First, she needs to get out of there, but she's got to figure out how the hell did she get in there? How did that happen? If it happened at all, and why? So that's why I wanted to talk about it, because
That
it
was
was good.
that was really one of the movies that I like, one of the first scary movies, or I guess like thrillers I would call, that I kind of like got to sit through, because the story was very interesting to me, and I wanted to
Mhm.
find out, like it was a story that drew you in and wanted you to, like, find out what happened.
Mhm.
I like that movie too.
Yeah. You can find The Hateful Eight on Netflix if you want to watch it.
Oh yeah, they
Uh,
just added it to Netflix. I saw that.
hmm
Yeah.
Gothica you'll have to rent on YouTube or Prime Video or Vimeo.
Oh,
I
Hateful
thought they, I
Okay.
thought they had it on Netflix.
They might have removed it recently.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. All right. Well, since we have some honorable mentions, we did you have any other ones, Nate, that you want to mention, or you want me to go ahead and we can start the outro?
I mean, I have a whole bunch, but I'll just mention them by name. Check out Godsford Park by Robert Altman on Netflix. The Kennel Murder Case by Michael Curtis. It's a 1933 film. The Big Sleep is another good one by Howard Hawks. You can watch that. It's another old one. The Man Who Knew Too Much by Alfred Hitchcock. Terror by Night by Roy William Neal. Deep Red by Dario Argento. The Thin Man by W.S. Van Dyke, Witness for the Prosecution by Billy Wilder. That one was insane. Uh, it's so insane that at the end of that film, there was a narrator, like a guy doing voiceover, saying, "Please do not tell the ending of this film to anyone." And
Oh,
yeah, I'm like,
that's
okay,
what we used to have to do back then.
yeah. Like imagine watching Endgame. Imagine watching Endgame, and then you hear somebody's voice at the end of the credits saying, "Please do not tell anybody the ending of this film."
I actually would have loved that. I actually would have loved that, and especially if they did it like in a really like in a maybe they had like a really bad villain, an ugly villain doing it, and like he's like trying to scare you and intimidate you at the end, like don't spoil the fucking movie.
Yep, that's what he would say. So,
Well, I want to mention Zodiac and Silence of the Lambs because those are actually some good whodunit movies too. So those are some classics.
oh yeah, Zodiac is a great film.
So thank you so much for joining us virtually, Jess. It was an honor.
Thank you for having me.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Hopefully you can teach me some guitar one day.
Maybe. When all this quarantine stuff is gone.
done.
If it ever goes away, like Nate says, we don't. They keep everything away from us, so we don't know until they tell us. Can you want to tell people how to find you on any of your socials or anything like that?
I don't really have any like crazy social media. So I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook, but I don't have any like fan groups. So it's just my name, Jess Vega.
Okay. Your Instagram handle is guitaristforlife.jess.
That's me.
Yeah.
So you can follow her there.
Okay, and then I did want to just go over our next episode is going to be, our next quarantine episode, I should say, because we're still going to be in quarantine probably.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go into pandemic movies.
Yeah, because this is a pandemic we're in.
Yep, because of the coronavirus. And so be sure to follow Wacky Talkies on IG and also on Facebook, because on Facebook we're going to be able to send out invites whenever Nate is going to, because we realize that it's hard for us to like say that we're going to film and then we don't say when we're releasing or anything like that. So I told Nate that it would be great if we had some sort of a video release on YouTube. You know how some people have a premiere and stuff like that. So if you guys follow us on Facebook, we can create an invite so that the day that Nate is going to premiere the video on YouTube, you'll get a notification and you'll be able to be one of the very first ones to watch.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And Nate, good to see you again, pal. Stay safe.
Bye.
Stay
Yeah.
safe.
Alrighty. Bye. We're leaving. We're
Bye,
going.
Serenity. To our new host, Serenity, thank you.
Thank you, Serenity. Bye.